Welcome to my day 17. I woke up feeling great, and I don't know if it's one of those things that this is because of the keto diet that I'm on, or just I'm getting used to it, or something happened in the night, but I have noticed lately that I haven't needed as much sleep to feel as rested, energetic, and focused throughout the day, and frankly, this is the only thing I'm doing any differently in the last few weeks, so I'm going to give a little bit of credit to the diet. Of course, all the credit goes to the diet as far as my weight loss is concerned. Back down, ladies and gentlemen, to 212.4, which puts me at exactly 10 pounds lost in starting, which is a number that I thoroughly enjoy. Though it's not the goal, we still have many more days left, and I am more than happy with the progress made so far. And more than happy with the meals that I've been able to eat on this diet, including, thanks to the keto bread, my somewhat normal breakfast. If you haven't heard me mention this one before, it's simply 2 eggs sunny side up, a piece of toast nice and buttered, flip those eggs upside down and let the yolk get all runny. Well, of course it's keto, so I added a bit of cheese and my bacon, obviously. I've also really started to develop a coffee habit. So once again, not pictured a cup of coffee with that not so good almond milk creamer and some much better skinny syrup in it. Totals for the breaking fast meal of the day: 642 calories, 53 grams of fat, 33 grams of protein, 4 grams of net carb, and a cost of $2.06. For my lunch, I am trying a new keto-friendly item. This is actually something my wife made last night for dinner. It is a Quest brand pizza. Quite different from the Fathead homemade pizza that we made on day 7. This one comes out of a box, coming out of a freezer, and has 12 grams of net carb for the entire pizza. So one serving is half a pizza at 6 grams of net carb, which is exactly what I heated up. Although I did add a bit to it, namely mozzarella cheese and a lot more pepperoni. Which reminds me, I need to give everybody a warning here. I feel that I have been betrayed by the cheese. A few videos back, I had made a comment about how many net carbs I got from the cheese. Someone else commented, that doesn't make any sense. I was like, really? And I went and checked the app and it was there, and I went to check the bag and it was there, and that same person said sometimes they add starches to the cheese to keep it from separating, and guess what's on the label for this thing? Yeah, starches. So the net carbs much higher than they should be when it comes to cheese. And I bought 2 giant bags of this stuff, so I'm going to eat it because I paid for it. But now I have to consume it in more moderation, or at least be cognizant that when I choose to add mozzarella, I'm also choosing to add starches to whatever I'm eating. Heed this warning if you're considering this diet or currently on it, looking at buying cheese and you never really focused on it before. Check the back, even for the shredded stuff, or better yet, buy a block of cheese and shred it yourself. Enough on my feelings of betrayal. Let's talk about the meal. Calories: 634 grams of fat, 46 grams of protein, 49 grams of net carb, 10, so 6 from the pizza, 4 from that cheese. How dare you, mozzarella. As I'm making this, it is a Monday, which means back into the workday and the routine, and yes, eating snacks again, because I definitely needed a little something when it got to that point of the day. And it's one of those times that I just keep it easy on myself. A salami and cheese snack pack that I got at Costco, California snacking, and 1 mozzarella cheese stick wrapped in pepperoni. Meat and cheese, meat and cheese. Calories: 263 grams of fat, 20 grams of protein, 19 grams of net carb, 1, not betrayed by this cheese, and a cost for the snack of $2.41. I've noticed the last few days with dinner, I'm getting into this habit of adding up all my stuff for the day, looking at that, and then deciding what I'm going to eat for dinner, which has been working out. It does kind of force my hand a couple of days on what my meal needs to consist of, but I do like having that flexibility and feeling of freedom throughout the rest of the day. So if it's just one meal that I'm really clamping down on, that's fine. And that's about how tonight's dinner was decided. We had these remaining chicken tenders that I decided to cook up. My wife a while ago had made some homemade sugar-free Mexican style seasoning. So I polished that off, coated the chicken tenders in it, threw them in the air fryer, let those things cook up. They sure turned out pretty, and quite tasty if I may add. To go along with a little bit of chicken, I went for a salad format: spring mix, the chicken, Mexican blend cheese, avocado mash, salsa, and sour cream, just to stick with the seasoning theme of the chicken. Like pretty much everything I've been eating, it turned out quite tasty and really helped me hit my macros. Calories: 350 grams of fat, 18 grams of protein, 25 grams of net carbs, 7, and a cost of $3.41. All in all, day as a whole, I feel pretty good about it. It's not a near perfect, which I have done before, but it's not like I completely missed any one mark. Total calories, for example, 1,889, which is about 70 shy of where I should be. Grams of fat, 137, falling under by 15 grams. Grams of protein, 126, over by 4. And grams of net carb, 22, which is under the 24 limit. And again, that's the one I care the most about. With a total cost for the day being rather high, if you compare this back to the other days that I've been documenting, $12.72. A brief analysis is showing me that the pizza is not the cheapest thing, nor the meat and cheese snacks, just in case you were curious. While I don't have any questions this time to answer in this portion of the video, there is something that I wanted to bring up with you guys. I have noticed, and it's more than just the fact that I'm going through the meals on video, that everything I eat just tastes awesome. And I'm not saying that wasn't the case before the diet, but I don't know. There's just something about every meal where I'm really enjoying it and recognizing and appreciating the tastes and the things that I'm consuming. I've thought about this quite a bit, and I feel like it's one of two things. Number one, it could actually be a side effect of a diet. One of my friends had told me when he got onto the diet, he just noticed things tasted differently. He didn't say that everything was amazing, but it was something that he felt was being impacted by being on keto. If it's not something physical from the diet, I still think it could be related to it in the fact that I am tracking everything that I eat, which means I'm just paying much more attention to what I eat and what I put together. And there's so much more time invested in every meal that inherently I am really noticing the tastes and the combinations and everything crossing my palate. Either way, it's a pretty cool extra benefit to doing this thing. And it definitely wants me to get a bit more into the culinary world. But that is an entirely different endeavor. I'm just gonna focus right now on maintaining the macros, keeping these videos going, and continuing to share my daily experience with anyone out there who has been brought here by a bit of keto curiosity. With that, we wrap up day 17, 43 days to go. Thank you so much for joining me along this journey so far, and I hope you continue with me.